To get a beautiful life, you have to let go of something in your present life, because there are going to be things in your present life that are not serving your future self. So you have to make that space in your present life, for the future to come in. Letting go, it is a really difficult task because many people are attached to the comfort, to the convenience of their current setup. And so few people actually feel motivated to sacrifice temporarily, the solid structure that they have in life, which is why few people never end up really living a life beyond their wildest dreams. And so most people, they just settle for some form of mediocrity, even if they deep down want bigger things for themselves. But it's just somehow too much of a risk to go after it all, like too much uncertainty, too uncomfortable, too complicated, too difficult, The list of reasons can really get long. However, we all do know that real growth in life actually only happens when we say to ourselves, enough is enough, and just shift our focus, even if that requires a bit of force. And that's the thing with comfort, ladies. Comfort can be an evil deceiver. Like, it does trick you into stagnation, because what it tells you is that, okay, there is this road ahead that you should be taking, but it's scary. And you know what? You might fail. But that's the thing, like, that road is the path to your highest desires and really truest potential. And I'm worried for you ladies who decide to settle for the easy way out, because I want to see you level up. Because the easy way out, unfortunately, is a path oftentimes filled with regret. I want to ask you, how are you going to feel about the choices that you make today, let's say when you're 90 years old? Aren't you worried about some of the what ifs that you're going to have? Because I am personally terrified of living a lifetime filled with regret. That has actually ultimately led me to end up taking all this action that I've taken to climb higher and higher and higher in life and end up reaching certain milestones in my life. Even when it was really difficult, even when it felt impossible and so dark and miserable, I still, kept climbing there. And listen, I'm not saying it was easy. It wasn't easy. And of course, there was loads of failure happening along the way. But the thing is, what is actually, in my opinion, worse is when you live a life full of denial and full of regrets and full of question marks. And every time you, let's say, see somebody living the life that you want to live, you ask yourself, why not me? Why are they able to do that? Why are they able to have that? Why am I not able to? And I would personally never want to live a life like that. I want to feel like I came to this earth, I did the best I could, I maximized what I could, and I did the best I could. But over the course of all these leveling up years that I've had so far, I've learned a few important lessons. And the first thing is that actually the journey to level up is not as impossible as we think, which is kind of interesting because I remember before leveling up, when I was younger, I grew up in a family, we didn't really have a lot of money or connections or anything special that would help me advance in life. No, I had to figure it all out by myself. And that back then, it felt so impossible. Like, I would look at these people who I admired, who had achieved things that I wish I could achieve. And it felt impossible. I was like, how are they even able to accomplish that? I'm sure it's all just pure luck. But what was interesting is that as soon as I started walking the path, I started seeing that, it's not just luck. There is actually a bit of strategy involved. As long as you take action, as long as you keep doing trial and error, if one strategy is not working, then you re-strategize and take on a different approach, and you don't feel defeated as soon as you make a little mistake or two. And so the second lesson that I learned was that actually what made this whole leveling up journey possible was the mind. Like, the mind is what makes it possible. Like, there is no other secret sauce in the recipe. The mind is really what dictates, because it is the motor behind every single action, behind everything that you do. You know how they say abs are made in the kitchen? Well, that's what you say about the mind and goal setting. If you have your belief system aligned, if you have your mind supporting you, especially supporting you in challenging times. And then the other lesson that I learned is actually that a big secret to success has to do with your stamina. Like, we usually think about stamina in terms of when you go to the gym or in marathon, But that's the thing, like leveling up is like running a marathon. And so it's really about, okay, who is like able to just hang on to their stamina and just sustain the pain even when it feels like you can't run anymore. Because the secret to success is just to keep going. Like you have to just keep walking. Like you have to walk even in the worst possible weather conditions, even when it's raining, even when, the wind is slapping your face. I kid you not, in my darkest leveling up moments, the wind would literally be slapping my face and I would still be, no, I just need to keep walking, eventually it's gonna work. Okay, I know I'm kind of making fun of it right now, but it's just to kind of visualize for you. Because we all have to go through it. And actually, if you just prepare yourself, like just brace yourself, like roll up the sleeves and just keep walking. Like honestly, you are going to enter goal. What is the most important is what's happening up until that point, because you're going to have all kinds of crazy things happening in your mind. You're going to have negative thoughts. You're going to feel like a failure. You're going to have hardships, struggles, you name it. But the secret to success is, how do you maneuver those moments? Are you trying to, okay, let's not go down the rabbit hole of negativity. Let's try and actually shift our focus to focusing on creating a life of our dreams, focusing on creating a life that we love. When I have struggled, I have really focused on visualizing in front of me why I'm doing what I'm doing. Because I know that for most of us, what really does spark our engine is when we really think about why we're doing what we're doing. Why do you have this goal? Well, because you don't want this or that anymore. You want something better. And you know what? You deserve that. And it is possible for you. You just have to keep walking even when your feet hurts. I want you just to be prepared, because the level up journey, it is going to be up and down. There are going to be obstacles and there are going to be challenges, and you are going to be tested. Like it is part of it all, and you can't change that. And no matter how much you wish that you're just going to have a very smooth and easy peasy journey, but unfortunately, it's not going to happen. I don't want you to be surprised when these tests happen, because they are supposed to happen. Without these tests, you're not going to be able to grow. Without these struggles, you're not going to get closer to your goals. And your results in life are going to come based on how you respond to these tests. Like if you end up surrendering, or if you keep going, or if you just hang in there, even when, life is just throwing all these rocks at you, you're going to be rewarded based on your response. So think wisely before responding. Most people don't think. Most people just choose whatever is more comfortable, which is why most people choose mediocrity and why they end up hiding from the true potential, because it's simply easier. Remember, real change happens when we just say to ourselves that we've had enough. There is no turning back. I'm now shifting all my focus on the road forward, on the road that I'm supposed to be taking. And I'm not going to waste my time looking around, letting all the negative stuff just drain me off energy. No, eyes on the prize, eyes on where you're going. Whenever it gets tough, just remember this video and what I'm saying right now, because I want you to remember that every time you go through something difficult, maybe a heartbreak, maybe some friends were disappointing you, maybe you have some other major obstacle on your level up journey, remember what you're supposed to do in that moment. Divert your energy where it's going to be proactive. Yes, you can take a little moment to just feel sad, but try to just convert that strong energy, the negative energy, into something positive, into something proactive, because that is going to create fuel to your journey forward. Never sacrifice the life that you could have for the easy way out, because the easy way is just postponing, forgetting about it, not doing anything. Never let a bad experience shape the future you. Redirect that power to your path. Now, for more leveling up support, just go to levelupclass.com. That is where I'm hosting all my classes, where you can get deep dive trainings from me. If you watch my next video that has to do with, the obstacle of encountering jealous women on this journey. Now, that's not easy, but I'm going to tell you exactly how you can combat that. So make sure you hop on over to that video next.